slightly different with my videos. Obviously we're trying to implement more trading, but obviously on a longer time frame. So this is on the daily, because obviously we're trying to concentrate doing hustling and doing online sales mentorship. So we're really more trading on the longer term, although I have been trading 15 minute. I want to build a system to catch a majority of that, but I will do that maybe if I've got a spare day this week. There's quite a lot going on, so I want to really kind of jump straight into it. So just going off a daily, we are ranging. Not really much to worry about, to be honest, because we've been ranging for ages. We're just waiting for, obviously, one of the rules to my trading theory, which is Wyckoff, is cause and effect. We're just currently trading sideways till there's a big reason for it to pump off. Obviously, we had quite a bit of a dip yesterday, which was just from the tariffs. So it's pretty much people paying more tax and stuff. People paying more tax, companies paying more tax. There's less money people got to spend. Obviously, slightly impacts the markets a little bit. Although gold was up yesterday, Bitcoin was down. As you can see, the big kind of whip we had that to downside. The market should already know that, but it's always rational. People are always emotion driven, and those who don't keep up with it kind of the panic and big players sell out. But again, that was over a weekend when most of the big players are off. So yeah, so really what we're looking for on a daily, well, you can even just go to a weekly, to be fair. Those who don't really know how to trade over a long period of time, you want to really zoom out, then you haven't got much panic, so you've got ages. So you've got more time to kind of accumulate money, more time to kind of manage and educate yourself without needing to kind of panicking from the market. Obviously, from the bear market, came in, accumulated, well, that was accumulation, went sideways for ages, pumped up, and then again some downside accumulation, which is normal, impulse up, correct downwards, and then that turns to accumulation, and then we've got the next impulse up, which is also good, all seems good. Obviously there's no reason why, well, there's potentially price could go like that or down there, but at the end of the day it's most probably like, well, we're only going to do what price says. On a long period of time, crypto is mostly the best thing to really trade, to hold, especially Bitcoin, so it's not really a problem. So if there was panic, well, you'd want to see a close, a candle close. So a candle close is that part, not the wick, which is that part. The candle close is the bottom of the candle. So you really want to see a candle close to really then start to not panic, because you need to control your emotions, but start to kind of potentially move out or prepare for some increased potentially volatility and to a downside. So we first really thing to look out for as such is a candle close between that line, and then if that candle ends up opening, or two candles end up, or even three start closing below the low, then we're more likely to start seeing wicks being filled in, candles being filled in down to the 70. But that's a potential. That's the potential. If it tends to start filling this one in, it most probably will fill in this one, because it will start people start getting liquidated and the selling pressure would increase and come down. But on the long term, nothing's really pretty sound. Obviously, cause and effect. The effect of that moment is going to be the tariffs, which isn't really much of an effect because most of that's mostly priced in. So over a kind of short period, price is looking decent, to be fair. But yeah, nothing too special. Obviously, strength. A lot of strength there, a lot of momentum, and then we start to kind of start going sideways. Momentum starts dropping down. We start testing the 12, 21, and then we start breaking through that. We get to a 50, build some kind of support here, which we can see it's support because it's holding. It is getting some big wicks, man. It shows us that there is quite a lot of people wanting to buy, people trying to defend. The bulls are trying to defend from the bears trying to oversell. But yeah, simple as this. Don't need to really look into it too much. Obviously, I'm trying to trade with 15 minute. Which is good. Open OI's come down. It loads it fast enough. We really want to move on to the other stuff, but 15 minute. Obviously, we got to kind of a potential reversal where the price failed to come down lower, and then we got MSB price going to break up from the last previous high. And by the looks of it, potentially hitting support. If we don't make an internal low here, we're going to come back down to support. So, and OI dropped from most probably people getting liquidations and stuff and panic. Now it's kind of flattened out, which is good. So we want to really see price bulls kind of step in. It's the beginning of the week anyway, so we should see some good stuff. as if there's nothing hidden, but you've got to remember you want to be playing to the upside and downside. I don't always want to expect price to go up, because if you always expect the price to go up, especially on 15-minute, you would have fucking had all that. There's obviously opportunity, tons of opportunity low here, but yeah, we ended up trading until we're above the bands anyway. Plus we got double shift today, and when you get some role plays in, so we're kind of behind on schedule. So that's just the tariffs, just from over the last 24 hours, 48 hours. Don't always want to believe in news, but it just gives you an indication of where people kind of panic, and it gives you somewhat insight of what's happening. So instead of kind of going off panicking off news articles and opinions based, we try and just trade price. Whatever price is doing, the only thing fact in the market is what at current price, at the current market at current price. But yeah, try and hopefully jump into this. This is what we're really looking at. We have got, well, I don't think we wasn't have a role player this morning, but it's not gone through, so we're going to delete that. Obviously, I need to unlock it. Role plays, we've got Argos, GM Market. So yeah, pretty much the whole day is going to be spent in Argos. We did finish out reading that book, which is good. So we're going to start another book very soon. I've got some old books which I bought, which I've read like 2 pages, so may make our way through that. Thailand at the moment, we've applied for our visa. It's been rejected because apparently one of the bits we sent in doesn't match up. So I'm just need to ring the embassy up of Thailand in London to find out what thing I need to send, because I'm not too sure I have to pay another £150. So that'd be like £300 just trying to sort of visa. Hopefully not, but just say if you have to reapply, you do have to pay. By the looks of it, I've ordered a neck pillow. Just got to pick that up. I've got a GP now in my location, so potentially if I need to get any jabs or not, we've got to do insurance, which we'll do, and we're selling a car next week. So we've got another like 4 or 5 days of sleeping in it. Then we've got to get MOT'd and sold, and then we're sofa surfing for 2 months, which should be interesting. We've got like a month here, so we're going to try and get lifts up or potentially walk up. Spend whatever time we can at co-work space. I mean, next month of March, I think it's March. We're just going to be working at my sister's and wherever we can, coffee shops and stuff, while trying to get dialed in even more. So yeah, we've still got some stuff to sell, but I just want to get rid of a car. It's another big thing, getting a car sorted, getting a visa sorted. And we did AirBNB. We have found a place to stay. So we've paid for first month, so that's sound. So we're somewhat on track. We're getting paid from Argos next week. I need to see if we get money from the Aston Martins I've been doing. So, how do I find our trip? A trip somewhere. Here we go. So we've got some funds coming in. We just need to live cheaper. Although my insurance has just come out and I'm about to cancel it, so I'm going to pay no doubt some fucking high price of cancellation. But I'll give him some bullshit excuse. Try and pay as little as possible. I didn't want anything too fancy. I actually wanted somewhere smaller than this, which was like £170 a month, and I was sleeping on the floor. But this kind of ticks a lot of boxes. It's in a pretty decent area. They call it like the hip hop area, so there's a lot of places to kind of visit. It should be people to meet. Other places to stay here, but we're kind of in the middle of central Chiang Mai. So that should be a good position. Most of it we can walk to, but this is the pictures we're looking at. I don't want to be too special. I've been living in a car for ages, so it's not really fucking needed. And we're trying to make money online with our sales, so I won't be spending a lot of time still dialing in, still putting the work in. But then when we're not working, we're going to be enjoying the area and stuff. So it could be hopefully a lot of other people doing the somewhat same thing. So we can meet new people here. We're on the 4th floor and we've got lifts on the roof. So when the sun's out and it's fucking sunsets, that's going to be sick. And there'll be all sorts of people here. So that's going to be cool, man. It's definitely going to improve my confidence, my people skills. And it's going to be interesting. Water is free. So yeah, I don't know, see where everyone else has put. Yeah, I could have got like a swimming pool and all sorts, but what's the point, man? We'll enjoy the time. When we put in the hard work and we've got money coming in, we've got quite a lot of things on track and on point, then we'll go for a nice place to stay. But at the moment, it's just live cheap, see how cheap we can live. But yeah, that's cool. So yeah, Thailand, we've just waiting for a call with the office to see what we need to do for visa. First month's paid for. I just need to buy a suitcase, neck pillows sorted, and insurance. Depending on what kind of insurance I need, I may need jabs. So I'm going to try and find jabs, but I did look for certain jabs you do have to pay for. I know people who've gone to Thailand who've not had no jabs, so it's kind of if it's free, worth doing. If it's not free, potentially take a risk. But I'm unsure insurance actually covers if you don't have a jabs. So that was also in the update list. Once we've got that and a visa, cancel gym membership, save a car, so we're going to be on points. So we're only going to own some guns, free airsoft stuff, my rucksack, and my clothes, really, my MacBook, which is good. That's all I want. I want as less possible as possible. I don't want a car. I don't want to pay for that shit. So money wise, I have no idea what we're going to have. We've got £750 coming in for the car, and then next month we have another £750, potentially maybe £500, £600, £700 from Argos, and potentially about 480 from the 444. But we are madly over in our overdraft, and we still have to pay for plane tickets and the other stuff. So it's still a lot of risk there, and it's still a shit ton we need to do. But we are getting through. Today we ended up doing any role play because Tom's getting on. I've got a video already scheduled for next Wednesday, and then see how this video looks. I don't want stuff to drag on, but I want it to be like education wise, stuff to see what I'm doing, stuff to also track what I'm doing, so I can look back, so I can review. Go and talk about reviews. Actually, I can show you this. So just so I don't delete anything. So potentially this was. I already showed you actually. It was the other week's one, wasn't it? Of say for instance, move this. I can't really see. So this was the week before. Wins achievements. We started to leave gaps and calls. We made 4 role plays in one day, and we're drinking water without thinking. Now before it was trying to get some 5 cups in. Now it's just more water, because it's super important. We're going to fuel the engine. We want to be feeling the best. We are slacked on sleep this morning, but that was the goals. Get tasks in bed. We're pretty much doing that. We hit our 3 role plays because we hit 4. We need to improve our sales structure, which is a non-working thing we got. We did have a joint the other day with my friend, which was really good. We enjoyed it, but the only problem is getting back into schedule. Nothing wrong with smoking weed, but if you can't control it, you smoke too much of it, it does impact your life too much. People who say you can smoke it all the time, you can't, man. Because no matter how much I kind of resist and not eating, when you have a load of fat joints in one night, obviously everything's good, you're chilled, and then you just have to eat, and it's sending us back really into a progression. Progression is, I'll bring it on screen now. We are losing weight fairly, and we still get away with what we're doing now, but obviously I'm still building discipline, and I want to kind of really see the work and see what happens when I'm it is sort of interesting when I eat food, because you can see the spikes in when I've weighed myself. So then you kind of have to remove that weight, which way I'm doing it now, if I eat 3,500 calories and my daily intake is 2,000, then I remove 1,500 calories from the next day. The only problem with that is, again, compounding. One of the laws of kind of the world is compounding. You can upside or down to a downside. At the moment, I'm compounding by I eat too much food, then I have to restrict my input calories the next day to stay on track, which then reduces energy, reduces nutrition, end up catching most probably the next night's sleep ain't going to be that good. Then the day after, I'm going to be on less nutrition, less energy, less sleep. Mine's not going to be as exactly I want it to be on. Like my mind's not going to be on point, on fire. So that's going to reduce some reasons of things like kind of impacts how I go about my day by making good judgment calls and bad judgment calls and stuff. So it all kind of goes in negatively. So anything worth doing. But if you treat myself, which I do once every 3 weeks when I meet up, it's not too much of a problem. But obviously, catching with friends, obviously when I go travelling, it's going to be even harder. So it's not the end of the world, but it is something I keep an eye on, just to kind of understand how I feel, or how hard it is to kind of control feelings as such, to want to eat, not to eat. So like all in all, I've got to even work even harder when I do it, and it becomes more of a struggle. So that's going to be the kind of the negative effect of doing it. So yeah, it makes everything else fun, which it is. Like no regrets of not doing it, but it's definitely impacts going on in a week. So it's interesting. Lack of sleep is noticeable, definitely, and again, just going off what I cut makes it even harder. I'm increasing my gym sessions even harder, which is good. It's still on 2,000 calories, so we could still stay on the cut and still increase the weight. Obviously, my shoulder's still fucked. It just causes quite a problem. Well, it's more on top of my arm, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's my tracker. Most of it's good, but obviously you can notice it when you have a joint. Conclusion and trading, we're just waiting for a low to form on last trade because we did have a -1R. But yeah, that's what it is. Pretty much like going forward, potentially sell structure. These that's going to be pretty much on. Oh no, I'll show you actually, just so you can get an idea. So then everything else is empty, and that's going to be tasks. Just improving yourself. If you don't monitor stuff, don't check things, you end up being improved. You're just going to be going around in the same circle again. I can't remember what kind of bias it is, but it's when you you expect things to change, but when you're not even doing anything, like nothing's going to change if nothing's going to change. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Hopefully that's somewhat interesting, to be fair. So yeah, Thailand's in the middle of sorting stuff out. Same as important. We've been to the gym, we trained legs, although we did run out of times because I wanted to be here for 10. So we didn't full the whole thing up. We still need to pick our parcel up, and we've done that. So yeah, do a parcel on the way to Argos, do a double shift, and then do some reading, log off, and then tomorrow comes. We have got role plays for tomorrow, and I think we're on a later shift. We are on an early shift, which is like 5:30 in the morning, which is going to fuck the whole week up. But again, it is what it is. Can't wait to start. I can't wait to finish fucking deliveries, man. Just want to be on my computer. Just everything I want to be for future, not working for anybody else. And then, yeah, I didn't go too much more into it because it's going to be long enough. But yeah, hopefully that's covered a lot of things. This is the beginning of a week, and then we shall see what happens throughout the week, and hopefully get gains in trading and stuff. But in general, yeah, I would restrict myself another potentially like 500 calories or 1,000. I would restrict myself 500 calories today and 500 calories tomorrow, because it's annoying when I don't get to eat. But yeah, in all, decent. And yeah, that's where we are for a week. I don't know how long we've been going for. Let's see how long we're going for. 17 minutes. I don't know if that's even going to be able to be a full fucking video, to be honest, but we shall see.